So, welcome everyone to the class of chemistry and physics of surface and interfaces assignment solving. So, I have already taken two classes where I have discussed about the last two week one and week two assignment, and those videos, the problem solving sessions can be seen from going through the YouTube channel. That is uh, the name of the channel is this Tanmay Khan PMRF-IIT Kanpur, and there is a specific playlist uh, there which is for surface and interfaces, right? So let me admit it. So this is the practically the channel, and there a surface and interfaces NPTEL is there, and going that you can watch the two videos series, and the today's video is again going to be uploaded there only, right? So coming back to the today's class, yes. So in the third week we have already discussed about like how a growth of an ad layer can be, what are the types of the growth can be seen, like the different mainly three kind of ad layers can be formed depending upon the growth pattern, and what is the energetics of that growth pattern. It is actually there, and all there's a actually great discussion about Moray pattern, that can be seen in solid interface. So about all these things, today's assignment sessions are. So there are practically 10 questions. So now I'll try to solve one by one. My name is Tanmay. I am a PMRF student of IT Kanpur. So let's start this session, right? So first question at first. So what is the question that is given? The question is, which is an example of adsorbent interaction, right? So before going to that, I want to remind you one thing. Last class I have told you. So let's say this is your surface, like that I discussed that. Let's say this is your surface. Well, there are obviously this is the cross sectional view I'm talking about. So these are the bulk, right? So onwards we are going to the bulk, and this is, let's say, the surface. So that's we said, like, the surface atom needs to go reconstruction. That's why if an adsorbed atom come here, so somehow like the this coordination number of surface atoms are very low. So if an adsorbed atom come, due to that adsorbate and surface interaction, the adsorption actually occurs. And also we have discussed about the energetics, where we have seen that this is mainly guided by the delta H, that is the enthalpy. That means that is the interaction. So that means for any surface to grow, the interaction between surface and add atoms, add atoms or add molecules are very important. Now that is one kind of interaction, that is adsorbate with surface. I'm just abbreviating it for time purpose. So these are the adsorbed molecules, and these are surface molecules. So that can be one factor. And other thing is, these two adsorbed, among them, air interaction can play. There can be attraction, there can be repulsion, whatever it is. So there is an interaction between the add atoms itself. So there will be an add interaction, and these two interaction, that the interplaying between these two interaction, like add atom surface and add atom, basically determines how the growth of that add atoms, or how the growth of that add layer will be on the surface, right? So there's always a compensation between these two. So which one actually determines the kind of growth of the add layer into the surface. So now coming back to the question. So this is a basic knowledge we already have from the lecture. So now let's try to solve this question, right? So now they have given what is an example of adsorbate interaction. So what will happen if a adsorbate interaction is the main guiding factor. So we have already seen any surface. Let's say there is given 100 and 111. Let's try to draw that two surface. From a crystal we need to go to the take out one plane, and that will be my surface. So let's say this is the crystal and this is FCC 100, let's say. So obviously there will be atoms like this, and the surface atom, sorry, uh, the face centered atom I'm using a different color, right? So this will be the FCC lattice. Now if I want to draw FCC 100, so we know how to draw that Miller plane. This will be basically intercept with x-axis, and with other two it will be parallel. So practically this sense, this surface. So this plane, sorry. So now if we cut it out and try to draw this is practically a square, right? So that means it has a fourfold symmetry. Obviously, there is one face center atom is there. So this has a fourfold symmetry. Now, if this surface determine the growth of the ad layer, then the surface would have a symmetry like this. Like the ad layers would have a symmetry similar to the surface, and if the ad atom basically determines the growth, then the surface will have no such great role, so that will not follow the symmetry. Exact symmetry. That has been given. That has been given as a hint. So this is silicon 10 surface is having actually four-fold symmetry, and you can again draw that 111 surface also to get the idea. So how it will what it will have. So this is my 111 obviously. Sorry, pardon me. For- So now try to draw that. Let's say this is what is 111. That means it is going to intercept each axis x, y, and z at one position. So let's say let's say one. This is x is one. This is y one, and this is z one. So if we connect these three lines, so this will be my surface of 100. Sorry. This will be my surface 111. So it will look somewhat like, right, and this is going to have a six-fold symmetry. So this. So obviously, A111 and C111 both will have six-fold symmetry. That has been given. Now, if we can recollect how this surface, because these are discussed in the lecture number 10, all the surfaces has been discussed in the lecture number 10. You can go back and watch. So if we can recollect how germanium on silicon 10 surface looks like, the ad layer, like the growth of the ad layer, how it looks like, what is the symmetry of that, if we can recollect that, if you know that, then you can tell it, is it guided by the surface, or is it not. Like if it is guided by the surface, that means there will be obviously surface is playing role. That means that ad layer and surface interaction. So that both that ad layer is actually governed by this ad layer surface interaction. If it is not, that time we can say this is surface is not playing any role. The main role is ad layer and ad layer. Right? So let me check.